Okay, to start this video off, we have some big time pieces of news today, some of which was expected, some of which I was personally hoping for. Let's get right there. Let's start with these two vision cards, right? We knew these were coming. Like, this was kind of the next batch of new content we were expecting to get. This is Steel Engine of Annihilation Omega, aka Omega, and Rob's vision card, aka Flash of Insight. Now, there are two really cool things to point out here, as once again, Global getting the hookup. Let's look at these things. First, here's Omega, right? Kind of cool looking spider robot thing. It's a dark card, and this card feels like the counterbalance to Yuna play by Gumi right here. So for your dark type units, you get slash attack up, max HP up. You got to be thinking Stern, you got to be thinking Dwayne, you got to be thinking Ruin Stern. Like, so many dark slashing units benefit from this. Plus, at max level, you get magic attack resistance up. Oh, that's interesting. It's like there's a bunch of light magic units in the game right now or something. Oh, but that's not all. Limited activation requirement, dark type units, bestowed effect, agility up, light resistance up, and max HP up. So, if you're the dark unit wearing this, you're going to get slash attack up, max HP up, magic attack resist up, agility up, light resistance up, and max HP up. That is 6 buffs. Six buffs on one card for your dark units. 4 of which are giving you more HP, magic resistance, and light resistance, which probably means you can unleash some dark terror with a 120 Stern or something like that on an enemy light team. Now, like, the global upgrade here, the global hookup, is that light resist up and max HP up. Massive global upgrade. This will shift the balance of the game, right? Like, this is going to boost. If you're a dark player, you're like, score. This is for you. So that's really cool. Now, Rob's card, which, again, I think will power up Rob. I don't know if it'll power him up significantly. Dr. Diggs recently made a video about just all the accuracy that's out there in this game right now, and I kind of agree with that. But if you're a Rob player, really good card for him. Party effects, attack up, critical evasion up, and evasion up, with the bestowed effect of slash attack resistance piercing rate up. This is kind of like the light version of Aigion, which also gives that, Aigion gives defense penetration up, but it's still, it adds to the person's wearing its damage, right? That's what I'm trying to say. Now, limited bestowed effect, katana equipable main jobs, Rob. Sonic Severance gives you that move, and then Rob Horn only gets slash attack up. That's why, kind of why this is his vision card, and then, you know, there's his, like, cool looking picture on the front of it. So, Sonic Severance, extra large damage and guaranteed hit. A lot of the evasion teams are dark teams. Rob's a light unit. You got to figure an extra large damage coming from him with a guaranteed hit is going to annihilate any dark evasion unit, or maybe just any dark unit he manages to hit with this, considering the rest of the buffs on this card. I think if you are a Rob player, you will really like this. And then the global upgrade here was that Rob is getting more slash attack up. To me, that says the developers were like, look, Rob's a little undertuned. Let's give him a little more in global. And once again, I just really appreciate the global balance team coming through for us right there. Okay, the rest of this on this, yeah, it's kind of whatever. There's going to be the bingo boards, all that. We're really hoping for guaranteed banners for both of these cards. If there are guaranteed banners, expect a pull video for me coming out Thursday, because I will go for guaranteed banners all the way until Final Fantasy VII. That's kind of my plan. Okay, there's a new story coming out. That's cool. It's about time for that. There's weekly campaigns continuing. You can kind of see that on the screen. Standard fare, what we've come to expect from the anniversary so far. The big news, though, is Diabolos. Diabolos. How are you going to say it? I'm going to say Diablos, because that's how I always say it. This is the next raid coming out. Now, this is probably going to be the easiest raid we've had in Global, because he is a dark monster who is weak to slash. So look at this. Raid boss Diablos, element dark, which means he's weak to light, and then he's weak to slash. There are so many light slashers out there. Good night, Diablos. You are going to get murdered by Ramza, who is a free unit, by Cecil, who is a free unit, by Rob, who's 120. By the way, when this dude came out in JP, EX Rob, not a thing yet. So if you've EX Rob, go beat down this guy. You know, and then there's Warrior of Light with a 3-hit limit break. There's Thancred. There is, I'm sure I'm forgetting Mini, but Light Slash is not hard to come by, so Diablos is going to get murdered by us. Now, what's interesting here, too, is the bonus... Oh, Elsorel. I forgot Elsorel, who has a multi-hit attack and can equip a Greatsword for access to that 3-hit attack. Okay, now, look at the bonus units here. This is really interesting, and this is something that I think is going to make this raid a lot more tolerable on Global than maybe it was on JP, and that's that the large bonus units are Titus, Yuna, and Auronnj. I'm assuming if you're playing this game right now, you probably have one of these units ready to go. Finding a raid, even like joining max level raid rooms, there's going to be Titus rooms, there's going to be Yuna rooms, and there's going to be Auronnj rooms. So bring one of these and just enjoy this raid. I'm hoping this is the most enjoyable raid that we've had in Global because of the ease of access to good units into the raid. Then if you look at the medium bonus, you see all those. It's a lot of slashers. It's like Elsie and Stern. Remember with raids, though, that the bonuses do not stack like they do in the box events, like what we have right now. Only your biggest bonus will count. So if you have Titus, Yuna, or Auronnj, that's where you look. Okay, really cool. Now, nothing really else to say on the news that's a big deal. Yeah, let's go ahead and go to the PvP highlight of the week, because you Xiza fans out there are going to enjoy this one. Okay, let me set the stage for you a little bit here. This is a video sent in by Froz from Inverse. Now, he's already done his first round of guild battles here, and you can see that his water team with the 115 Titus, with the Ildira, and the Winter Victoria, really healthy after the first fight. And he sees this slot 1 Xiza over here, Ravenous from Mako's guild, and he's like, oh man, I'm gonna go eat me some EX Xiza for lunch. That's a 120 Xiza, and it's a dark team. So he's looking to go out there with Titus and just slap them down. Like, he dominated the first fight in his Guild Wars this week, and he was feeling that 6-star day. So he's out here looking for that 6. Let's see how it goes. Well, Xiza says, I'm the fastest one on this map. I'm going to use bells, and I'm 120. You better watch out. Garvel takes a bunch of damage. Titus puts his physical shield up. Dwayne puts his slash attack buff up. He's got that early hate. Xiza's like, time to do work. She walks over to Titus, pummels him, about 1,000 damage, breaking down that barrier Titus is rocking. Victoria finishes off Garvel. Garvel not going to be a factor in this fight. Titus takes Dwayne below half. Dwayne, okay, dark resist down, that's cool. Ildira, healing. Xiza's like, watch this. Hey, Titus, pop. That's about 4,500 damage. Double a hit attack there from Xiza on the dark resist down Titus. Now, Xiza, with all the AP she could ever want in the whole world, moving into range. She's looking to do a little bit more. Victoria, Dispel Spread, takes out Dwayne, and it's Xiza versus 2. Xiza slides over, is like, hey, Ildira, guess what? You're dead. And then Xiza's like, hey, guess what? I got speed on my side. Another 4,000-ish damage pummel onto Winter Victoria. And Xiza with the 1v2.5. I won't give her the 1v3. She had a little help from Dwayne there. But the 1v2.5 blocks the 6-star day. And Xiza looking pretty strong in that fight. GG, thank you for the video. Okay, now let's get to the tier list update for the week, and we had no new units to drop onto the tier list this week, but we did have some changes. Specifically, I felt that there was about 3 units that I had undervalued, and I think needed to be moved up in the list, so let's talk about that really briefly. Those 3 units are Gilgamesh, with his EX job coming out. Y'all, I think we've all seen some Gilgamesh this week. Like, I know if you've been doing Guild Wars, if you've been doing Arena, you've seen some Kotetsu Plus action. Let's put it like that. We have been Kotetsu Plussed to the face a couple times this week. Gilgamesh, for a non-limited unit, elevates himself into that S tier, in my opinion, and like, I'm happy he's there because that puts him in line with Ruinstern, the other double cost unit that we've gotten, and I think that's a healthy place for him to be. He's very strong, but he's not broken strong. He's just really good. And you know what, if you have a 120 Gilgamesh who's a double cost unit, you probably deserve to win some fights. So I'm happy people who did that are winning. I also am moving Engelbert up from C to B. This might be the most meaningless move of the week, but physical damage teams only physical damage teams are moving up in priority in PvP and in Guild Wars right now. In fact, it's not hard to go find an all physical damage team, and I think in that world, Engelbert's good. Engelbert is a very dang good physical tank, and so on maps that are short, like the current Guild Wars map, he doesn't struggle too much to get in there. You can adjust his agility if you need to, and I think I just had him undervalued. I messed with using him a little bit, and I had a lot of success. So I'm going to bump him up to B, and I think that's a pretty good place for him to be. Get it? A pun. And then lastly, Xiza. Now, Xiza, as you just saw in the PvP video, is actually insanely viable in PvP right now, like as a unit on her own. I still think that, like, okay, good, she can do that thing, but one of the biggest reasons I'm bumping her up to A is I have to keep in mind that this is not a like Guild Wars only tier list. I'm trying to make a tier list based on units that I just think are good in this game, and Xiza is just one of the best PvE units in this game too, with steal time. She can blind people, right? Like, she can steal vision. I was just using her a ton in this box event that we've been running, and I just would agree with some people that criticized me last week. I think I had her slightly undervalued, so I'm very happy to move her up to A tier, because in my mind she's a super cool unit, and I've really enjoyed getting some more use out of her, even though I haven't 120'd her yet, but I do plan on it. And there you go. I didn't move the limited tier list at all. The one thing I want to shout out on the limited tier list this week is that some of those lower tier units, namely Cecil, Thancred, and Ramza, I think are going to get a lot of value in the Diablos raid this week. So just because they're B tier or C tier does not mean they're not good units, and anybody who built them going up against this raid with Diablos this week is going to have a good time, right? Like, if you have Ramza, Ramza is going to be the raid god this week with that triple hit attack, and he's a light slash unit. So enjoy using those units. I always do enjoy using me some Ramza and Thancred. So there you go. Okay, guys, that's the video for the week. I hope you all had a great week playing. I hope you finished up your box event and got everything you wanted. I hope you built that necklace. The first anniversary is almost over. We've got a raid this week, so good luck to everybody in the raid. Like I said, I think it's going to be one of the easier raids we've done. And that's all she wrote. Thank you guys for watching, and I will catch you in the next video. Later.